So of course I came home and I said, well, Dad, I have to ask a friend to give me more money to buy my food today. So tomorrow I have to pay my friend. And he's like, oh, really? How much do you need it? I was like, I needed 300 bolivares bills. He's like, wow. And you thought you needed 20 bolivares. And my dad was like, I get it. I know we're going through this inflation and we're going through these times in the country. That what you suffer at school, I suffer every day with my merchandise, with my business, and buying food for our home. So that's why we cook at home. That's why we save as much as we can, and that's why that. So he put me on the give me the experience. I could have the experience at the time, but my parents will always explain to me what's going on with in terms of money in the country and how is that affecting them. And I remember why I did study English so early. Like I had a second school. My parents would tell me, because we think that probably you're going to move away when you get out of the high school. Because I don't think that inflation is going to allow us to pay for you to live here in the country. And I was like, wow, like my parents are thinking 5 years ahead, 5 years ahead, that they already saw that.
1,000,000 to 1. Venezuela's central bank is set to eliminate 6 zeros from its local currency. Starting October 1st, the highest cash denomination will be 100 bolivars, equal to 100 million in the current valuation. It's a move economists say is necessary for bookkeeping, but unlikely to address the fundamental problem of hyperinflation.
The country is gonna be on the most worst case scenario in terms of money, and that it was not gonna be sustainable. So they started preparing my mind, my skills, and everything. So when the time comes, I was gone and ready, and which it happened at that time.
So Annalise, your mom, of course, you always talk about your mom. You give her big kudos. I love to see it. Your mom played this crucial role in your Bitcoin journey. What was it about those early YouTube videos she showed you that clicked, and how did it feel to realize the potential of Bitcoin amidst economic instability?
Yes. So my mom journey with Bitcoin started when they had the idea of putting their bolivares money 1 year, I think this was in 2015. No, 2014. At that time, they already started thinking we need to allocate our money somewhere else. So first step they did was convert it to dollars. But after that, they were also, but we need more, we need value out of it, because if we have it in dollars and in the bank account, it comes to are you planned financially to understand why are you saving money? And my parents at that time was like, well, we want to put our money somewhere where we know it's long term has more value than just having it in the bank account also. So they bought an apartment in Miami, which is where I live now today after 10 years. Crazy. But it was a decision at the time that they had that, and they're like, we needed to put it somewhere that it doesn't lose also the value, because they always had the mindset, as same as it happened with Venezuela can happen to any other country. But at least in the United States, the strongest economy in the world, and in a real estate investment, I think we're gonna be safe. That was the first step. But then my mom was like, but wait a second, there has to be something else. It has to be something else. The internet is coming, things on the in computer system and computer science are evolving. My mom studied computing engineer, so from like 30 years ago, like 20 years ago, but she already had the mindset that computing science and computer engineer is going to be the future. So how can I invest on that? And so she kind of realized that I know this is the future. Like, how can I invest more in the internet? So, of course, she found Bitcoin just by looking at investments on internet, and she found stocks first. And in the stocks, she found Bitcoin, she found Chiba, she found many other coins too. And she learned all of them, and she did research on all of them, and she tried all of them, and she had like failed on many of them except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was never one that she had a bad experience with it. And she started listening to podcasts, and what she learned at the beginning was like, with Bitcoin I can make money. Because also in Venezuela, people would have a lot of mining facilities, the mining machines, and people would mine in Venezuela to make money, not to generate Bitcoin and save it as a store of value, that type of mindset. No. And it was not because we want this to be a medium of exchange. No, it was, this is a new business. That's how people would see it. So my mom was like, okay, if I don't have a miner, can I just invest and then trade and make money at the time? And then she continues learning. She just tried it, right, with the information that she had at the moment. And then she started investing and holding it. That, in that moment, is when she came to me and she's like, Annalise, I realized that Bitcoin is for holding. Bitcoin is a long-term investment. We cannot think that with Bitcoin we're gonna make money short term. It doesn't work like that. That's not what it's made for, etc. Like, Bitcoin can literally help us achieve financial freedom if you hold it for more than 10 years.